I've mastered the art of stretch fabric, and I've allowed the woman to give me her body to be my canvas so I can create around whatever her issues are and make her as perfect as possible.
That's right. And that's why we say the house of hot cocoa. It is her house, period.
The reason why it's called hot cocoa is because the designs are made to tempt and tease.
All right. Like I said, no promotion, bad promotion. Hot cocoa's in the building. You're also on Facebook, Twitter, y'all.
Yes, all House of Hot Cocoa. Everything is House of Hot Cocoa.
MySpace still going on.
Yes, everything.
Well, thank you very much, Hot Cocoa.
Thank you.
And of
I'm
course,
glad I ran into you.
it wasn't no coinky dink.
Oh my goodness.
Love you.
I love you too.
There we go. Stay strong. Look, no promotions, bad promotions. Just spell my name right. That's right. The book is gonna be awesome. So keep it locked. We'll be back. Peace. Welcome to another part of my world. No promotion is bad promotion. I'm here at the world famous martial arts dojo with Professor Bill and Shion John Marshall in the building. Professor Bill McLeod is legendary with the legendary Master Moses Powell, Soke Little John, Grandmaster Anthony Muhammad, who I mentioned in the book, who have trained me when I was at When Worlds Collide and still coming in and out of different places. But these brothers are honorary members of my friendship for many years and family. This is family when I say family, I mean family. This is family. Us! First, we got to talk to Brother Professor Bill. Now, Professor Bill, you kept it moving for a long time.
Yes, sir.
Especially after
trying to keep the family moving on.
Keep the family moving and keeping it growing.
Yes, sir.
And you have a great dojo over here. And of course, let's just let them know the website of this place first. Give them the website.
Website is studymartialarts.com.
Study Martial Arts.
www.studymartialarts.com.
And the number.
718-210-3190, 759 Washington Avenue.
759 Washington.
Sterling and St. John, second floor.
Now, we used to be at When Worlds Collide, and of course under the system of Sanuces. Now tell everybody about Sanuces briefly, because it's a long history. I know you know it.
Sanuces is a system for urban survival. It's the way of the survivor. It's the simplicity in martial arts. It reflects the black experience in martial arts. My teacher, Dr. Moses Powell, he kind of brought this to bear to reflect the black experience that black people were having in terms of self-defense in the urban community.
Right.
And that's why I call it what we do urban jitsu, but it's still Sanuces and Vijitsu and Kamite Jiu-Jitsu.
Right.
Because it expounds and reflects the black experience and the urban experience in martial arts.
How long you been studying?
I started doing this I started doing more boxing. I started originally back in '63.
'63.
Yes, sir.
Got into
karate, from karate to jiu-jitsu, from jiu-jitsu, some kung fu, Southern Mantis, then Aikido, studying with Lukeman.
You're doing everything.
Yes, sir.
And of course, I got to go to Shion John, who I go back to like ski trips to craft festivals with his brother, the late great brother, Roosevelt Marshall. I have to say, the great. And as a matter of fact, I mentioned the ski trips and stuff that I used to do in the book, and of course I mentioned Roosevelt, and I mentioned Brother John here, Shion John. Now, brother, how long have you been training? And back in the ski trip days, you was also considered security in there, right? At that time.
Yeah, we did security for the Fiesta ski trips.
Right.
We rented out hotels and
like in the day.
20 and 30 bus loads
Yes,
of people
sir.
from all 3, 4, 5 different states, so
that's right.
It's a big thing then. Today, I don't know whether they can do that like we used to in those days.
I doubt
People just went there to have fun for that weekend.
That's right. That's right. And being that this book is about promotion, I mean, how important that your brother emphasized so much promotion? How important was
Roosevelt really went out there and sold what he was trying to present.
Right.
He wanted to have good entertainment.
That's right.
People, when they wanted to let their hair down and have fun, that's what he did. That's what he promoted. You know, not just ski trips, but boat rides too. We did it all.
Crab festivals.
We took our own entertainment.
Right.
UMC shows.
Yeah, I had some fun.
So it was a big thing. Yeah. That's it.
Or Simon Temple back in the day.
People out of Philly, people out of DC,
Everybody.
everywhere.
And it was old and young.
Old and young.
Mixed and was partying together. And that's what we did.
Yes.
And it was a very good
family affair.
Family
That's
affair.
exactly what it was.
And that's I came along, and then it was with Terrell Dixon also came in, and then he started doing his own thing after Roosevelt passed on. May God rest his dead.
Hey, we had one of the best DJs, DJ Shane.
DJ Shane was there. That's right.
Yeah,
DJ Shane.
One of the best DJs around.
I haven't seen him in a long time, but we did a lot, you know.
Did a lot.
Also, going back to the martial arts with Professor Bill, now, promotion. Y'all had to go and do a lot of tournaments to promote what you do, to promote your dojo. You had to be out there in the community. Y'all was at St. John's Community Center. You was all over. Can you tell the people about the promotion of the martial arts out and throughout the community?
Well, you know, Dr. Power, he started out at 258 teaching in the school. He went from 258 to St. John's. He went from St. John to One World West. He went from One World West back down to 554 Atlantic Avenue.
Yes.
And then he left New York and went to Florida. Then he came back to New York and World Collides. And then he passed on, and Anthony moved to Chicago. And I'm holding it down here back at the BK, man. Me and Jay-Z, we bringing it back to Brooklyn. Bringing it back to Brooklyn.
I'm here because this is where a lot of this started for me. Because Dr. Power, I was introduced actually to Dr. Power when I was young, just by a picture. When I was a child, 8 years old. And then I always wanted to know, because we was always into Bruce Lee back in those days when I was younger. You know what I'm saying? But when you start seeing black martial artists, that's where Professor Dr. Powell, Master Duncan, and all these different puppet and all these peoples out there, Soki Little John. When you start seeing the hand works that they doing, all that stuff they doing, it's like, whoa.
Yes.
You wanted to find out where your family is at.
It was like watching Jesus walk water.
Yes, Jesus walk water. That's right. And that's why it was so surprising to watch people like Jim Kelly or Brother Levan Cliff, Cliff, and all these guys on the movies, and then Gordon's war with Dr. Powell. Doing the bodyguard. I remember that. Yeah. so this is family. This is where it's all at. And if you want to come to a good dojo where they train in Aikido, Tai Chi, Sanuces rule, Jujitsu, anything you want to learn, kickboxing, this is the place to come to. Say that website for me again, please.
www.studymartialarts.com.
And the number, please.
718-210-3190. 759 Washington Avenue between St. John and Sterling, second floor.
That's right. Don't forget, and they write on top of Mayday, right over here. That's a legendary hardware store. It's been around for a long time. I'm born right up the block. So I know. And across from my boy Shane. That's my boy Shane. I gotta pick him up.
Right.
I love y'all, man. Thank y'all very much for this short interview, and we're gonna be in it. No promotion is bad promotion. Just spell their name right. We in the building. When I decided to write this book, it was the night that my aunt died, who happens to be his mother, on February 19th of 2012, and I set up an altar for her next to her mother, which is my grandmother, Lillian Alberta Walters, and his mother, who was Aunt Verena, or affectionately known as Aunt Tiny. You know, she was a great journalist from out of Jamaica, and she wrote for like everybody. So I just want you to go into what being that I started writing, and I know you're a writer, what was it about your mother and journalism, and what attracted her to that, and also music, because she was also into that.
That attracted her to that and inspired you.
It inspired me.
Yeah, and inspired all of us. Well, one thing, I think what it was how close we were as a family. You know, that's how I see things. My aunt just wasn't just Aunt Tiny to you. You know what I'm saying? It was Aunt Tiny. You know what I'm saying? That's how we work. That, you know, I don't know if it's just a family thing or it's a Jamaican thing or West Indian thing or whatever. But the thing is that we know relatives as this person or that person. They're like a legend. You know what I'm saying? We just don't have it as Uncle So-and-so. It's Uncle So-and-so. And we take on all the natures and all the aspects of that person as we can without being that person. So when we talked about my mother or your Aunt Tiny, and we knew that she was a writer, and we knew that a playwright, an editor, writing books, journalist, actress, also, you would want to do that also. So that's all I grew up with. I grew up with just seeing her and my father just writing all the time, going from this parish to that parish, this city to that city, this state to that state, this country to that country, you know? And they were always typing. All I saw was typing. They were always typing. And I remember the satisfaction. Peace. All right. I remember the satisfaction in which they received. When I was a child, but I was feeding off of their satisfaction. I was feeding off of their anxieties. I was feeding off of their stress. I was feeding off of their trying to be creative. So I remember when they had a deadline and they didn't get anything done, you know, and it was coming down to the wire, and they had to run up into Blue Mountain and write a whole play in 2 nights, you know, stuff like that, you know, or when they won some award, you know, to see, you know, the fulfillment of their endeavor. So you were there, you were around there at that time. So it pretty much washed off on all of us. So through our lives, we stayed pretty much tight. You know what I'm saying? This is my cousin. We have to remember we're cousins, but he's like closer to me in some aspects than my siblings. So the whole thing about it is that we've watched and we've nourished and we've pretty much helped and healed and repaired ourselves, you know, saying all of our lives. We've never been outside of the circles of ourselves. Okay, so the thing is that that's why we're able to click, we're able to feed off of each other real quick. We know what the other one's thinking. So when I'm saying we're gonna do a music video show, we do a music video show. When you say I'm gonna get on air, you're gonna get on air. When we're gonna form a reggae band, we're gonna form a reggae band. You know what I'm saying?
Excellent bass player, mind you.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, excellent singer. You know? And it has a lot to do with the matriarchs of the family, our family heritage. You know, strong women and not settling for less. And men who do for self.
We're here at the African Arts Festival, man, and promotion is what it is around here. It's good to go to different festivals, different outside events to promote to your people as much as you can. I try to hit up as much as our people. I'm helping out Queen Afua also, who's an extraordinary health practitioner, and we might go over there and talk to her briefly and let her know, find out what's going on with her, and because she's been a very major support of what I do, and her health products has helped me to stay on the street. I'm 45 years younger. People think I was like 14 years because of the way I still look, and people still think I still got the same energy. Yes, I do. I still got the same energy. And like I always said on radio, I run on solar and lunar energy. Just purchase a bottle and get my vibe. That's how we doing it. Welcome to my world, SOBs.
Hi, Francisco. I call this SOBs University. I really learned a lot. It inspired me to go to Baruch College to learn entertainment business because I really wanted to learn it. I mean, really learn it. You learn about contracts. You learn about setting up the venue, you know, who to contact, how to talk with managers and agents, how to do signage. The cons are the hours that you're kept away from your family. It's long hours. And rain or shine, when you say you're going to be out there promoting, even though you have a promotional team, I was still out there promoting along with my promotional team. So the cons is the long hours away from family. The pros are what you learn, and it will never ever leave you. You can take it anywhere. And my motto used to be, what good is a party or an event if no one knows about it? I think the book that King Simon is presenting is an excellent way into that world of promotion, because he has done it firsthand, and experience is the best teacher. And everyone has their own way of doing things, but King Simon is like, we were out there, we know what it means to put it down, to make sure that every person has a flyer, every venue, even a bathroom, even a telephone booth, wherever, on the subway trains, every place is a potential ticket. The book is very important, and I endorse it 110%. And I would encourage anyone who is interested in learning about promotions, get the book, buy it, support it, come and talk to him, you know, and his arms are always open, and he's a fun person to be around. A very funny person to be around, and I love him.
Welcome to my world. I actually started when I was, I was actually born in the promotional world, as I will be explaining in my book. My father used to own a club and a lounge when they moved here from Jamaica, and he went into the military. As he came out of the military, the same year I was born is when he opened up his first club and lounge, right in our house, in the basement. Yeah, I mean, you know, our Caribbean people, you know, we're very innovative, you know, or people in general, from wherever you're from Caribbean. If you have a creative mind, then you become very innovative of what you have to do. So you have to have thick skin. You can make a lot of money if you're very creative. You can